Hello everyone, my name is Rico.
My name is Chris.
And welcome to SneakerWeb. Today we have a very budget-friendly shoe for you guys, but before we get into that, let's get into the sponsorship of the video. And that is EDGESPRAY.
That is here.
And of course, coming out of our vault, we have a t-shirt from them. This hasn't released yet, at least from what I've seen on their website. I check periodically, but yeah, these are all the sports that you can supercharge your sneakers with some penultimate grip on all these different hardwood and indoor surfaces.
I stand behind it, I guarantee it.
So if you need a little bit grip playing indoors, make sure to check that out. The link in the description will be down below with the discount code to save you some money and help out the channel directly. Make sure you guys go do that. And with that being said, let's get right into it.
Let's do it, guys. Yeah, so this is the Air Max. You could say it either way, Air Max Air System or just the Air Max System. This is one of Nike's newer Air Max models, and they go for a great price, but we'll talk about that later.
So getting into the tech breakdown, starting off with the bottom of the shoe here, we have that classic waffle outsole. Brings back to their Nike heritage. Nike, of course, likes to bring back that nostalgia feeling. So this is also containing a plastic heel clip on the back for some heel stability. Definitely some hard plastic back there to keep your foot on the footbed. And this foam, it feels like Phylon, but it could also be a dense Cushlon. Did you happen to read what it was?
I think it's just dense Cushlon, to
okay.
be honest with you, because it feels like that.
Yeah.
So.
Because it doesn't feel as firm as Phylon, so it feels a little on the more plush, cushy side. But then you also have some textiles along the upper, some nice breathable mesh, a singular mudguard of of genuine suede, which is a very nice touch, and then you have synthetic leather paneling along the upper.
Yeah, so this shoe...
Oh, also a visible Air Max unit in the back.
There you go. So this shoe, it has a lot of mesh on it. And to be fair, I'm usually not big on mesh on the entire shoe, but for this case specifically,
yeah,
it's very, very comfortable and airy. When putting it on, you know, air, right? This is usually considered very narrow, which a lot of Air Maxes are usually very narrow.
And you are a wide footer.
Yeah, I am a wide footer, but I wouldn't say that this is the most uncomfortable Air Max. I would say it's right in the middle. You get a lot of breathability out front, but towards the middle, where the middle of your foot is, towards back to where the heel is, it is a little bit more snug, but I think it's also to kind of keep that in place with this shoe. Now, while walking with this shoe, it definitely fits a lot taller than previous Air Maxes.
I was gonna say this stack height.
Yeah, it's
pretty big,
pretty thick. You know, going from this point up and then on, especially down, even down to the front of your foot, it's still a little thick down there. Because most previous Air Maxes, like the the 90s.
Do you feel stable walking in these?
I do feel more stable. It kind of has that Air Max 90s feel when you're walking.
Yeah.
It does have very great stability.
This is a beefcake of a 90.
Yeah, it's beefy. So I would say this is a nice little hybrid between the 90s and maybe a lot later models for the Air Maxes.
I was gonna say the 1 actually.
I would say it's a good mixture because it still has the
Air Max 90 is technically the 3rd because there's the Air Max 1, the 2, the 3. The 3 is the 90.
But it has like the front side of the 1. I would say the back side and the middle point is definitely the 90. I think they kind of fused that together and then kind of just made this baby of a shoe. But I also think that comfortability-wise, a lot of Air Maxes are deemed not very comfortable. This is very much in the middle. I think there's a lot of cushion inside. It does say it's specifically made for comfort with the insole.
Oh, you cannot. You're stable.
You're very
you
much
got
stable
some
in this.
no torsion, no twist in this.
Yeah, and then you have where the tongue is. You have a lot of elasticity there, so you do have a lot of spacing.
So you have what's called a gusseted tongue. It's attached to the inner booty. You are attached from the midfoot back.
Yeah, and where you saw a lot of this
midfoot forward.
was in some Yeezys as well. If we look at Adidas, they have some shoes with this feature, and a lot more shoes are implementing this as well. But I think it's a nice touch for an Air Max that if you're going for comfortability, but the mesh definitely makes it a lot more breathable. And for somebody that does have a wide foot, it does allow me to wear this with comfortability.
Correct.
Now, I'm going true to size in this. I would say that if you do want a little bit more space in the middle region, then I would say go about half a size up.
Okay.
This is a 10.5.
How is your arch?
My arch is perfect. Like, it keeps it completely balanced. Now, it does kind of look like there's a wave motion here, but it's actually completely straight ahead. And it keeps me more balanced than I think previous models. It doesn't dip in as much at the front of the shoe as well.
So I would say real quick that this indentation under the Air Max is kind of where you sit.
Yeah, so around where that line is right here. But I think it's very straight and narrow. Basically a little bit better, especially better than the Terrascape, in my opinion.
Because you do have those.
Yeah, those sat a little bit lower and they kind of dipped at the front of your foot. But this kind of keeps a little bit more stable at the front and then dips maybe just ever so slightly, you know, as the key to most Air Maxes.
And how much, Chris, do you get all this for what price?
So at JD right now, you can get this specific shoe either at JD or Champs. I would say look at Champs first. But for exactly $70, $74 after taxes.
Wow! And that's before sale? Or are they on sale, or is that the retail price?
That's actual sale, but retail is, I think it's like 110, maybe less.
So either way, on sale, you could definitely find these, and you're going to get a lot of technology and a lot of packed cushion for not much less than what the main line is giving you.
Yeah, so you're getting decent features, you're getting decent, you know, you got some suede, you got mesh, you got pretty much everything you can throw into an Air Max, and I like the fact that they're going to try to make Air Maxes a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I've seen them do a lot of variations over the years, and
you know what they need to do that with? They need to do it with the Air Jordan 1s already. They need to resto mod that entire construction.
You get what you get though with a budget shoe, so don't expect a high premium shoe.
Well, I'm glad that it's double stitched at the mudguard, because typically they'll skimp on that.
Yeah, and you get that weird flexing if it's not double stitched, so I do think that's a great feature as well. My initial only negative is that I wish they had more colorways for this.
Okay.
They do have about 4 or 5 colorways for men.
This is a very nice neutral.
Oh yeah.
It's a very
clean neutral shoe, but that's my only real downside to this. The tongue is extra cushiony. It has a little bit of pillowy feel to it. It's just overall a nice casual shoe and great for anyone who's not wanting to break the bank and wants to keep on budget. Nice, huh?
Wait, you've worn these, haven't you?
Just once.
Oh,
just once for B-roll.
Okay.
But overall, I feel like this, in my opinion, for a budget shoe, it gets a good little 8 for me.
A little 8? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to what I'm used to seeing with the Air Max line, this is definitely right in tune with that. I do like the minor changes, and I can agree with an 8 on that. But, I mean, there's nothing really much else to complain, if anything. Because if you say as a wide footer that you could go true to size, then I feel like that this can accommodate a lot of people. Just be very wary of that plastic cage in the back.
Yes, so that can be probably the only other thing, I think, for some people. If you have, especially a bigger heel, then I would say go up half that size. But
if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. There's Nike's churning out releases, so you're not going to be starving for sneakers.
There's plenty of options for you out there, and it's not just Nike. You have plenty of options everywhere else. But for this specific shoe,
and we are going to be looking at a lot of budget models this year.
Yes,
it's going to save our pockets.
I've already have a lot of things on my radar that I'm looking at. But I felt like a good way to start the budget shoes. An Air Max, you can never go wrong.
No, that absolutely not, especially from Nike. But that takes care of everything for the Nike Air Max system.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the official name?
I believe it's the Nike Air Max system or the Air system.
Okay.
Call it that.
Either way, we're just going to call it the Nike Air Max system. But lovely budget model to start off the year. I'm going to get into some budget models on the basketball and maybe introduce some streetwear as well. But I'm liking it and can't wait to post the official rating so that way you guys can see. But also, before we end, I do just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor of the video, which is EDGESPRAY. And if Chris, you can reach in the secret compartment We have a shirt from EDGESPRAY that hasn't released yet, at least from what I'm told. I haven't checked their website yet. But yes, this lists out all the sports that you can use with EDGESPRAY to give you supercharged sneaker grip. So make sure to check that out in the link in the description down below. Also use that code on the bottom so that way you can save some money. And with that being said, anything else you want to add?
Just remember, guys, with these huge trekking soles, keep on trekking. And we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.
Later.